Hello, I'm Leisha, and this is going to be my first journey into a reef fish tank. So I've currently been working on getting the base stand painted and painted up. It was a marketplace purchase a couple of weeks ago. It was a charcoal black, which might have suited a lot of homes, but for me, I've got a lot of white in this space, so I've adapted it to sort of suit. But currently it's sitting inside of my work studio, and behind this glass window is my dining and kitchen area. So I'm going to be able to see the tank through from this angle and all the angles in here, but also from within the inside. So that is one benefit of me having the tank in here instead of my lounge room. My children said I wasn't allowed to have another tank in the house, so this is the way I'm getting it through to cover their appreciation for having a house with less fish tanks. So this is a 60 by 60 by 90, so that's quite a wide tank and it's a little bit taller. I was going to go down the road of a 3 or 4 foot tank, but when this popped up, I was like, perfect, it's exactly what I wanted. With the rock structure and things that I want to put in here, I just wanted a little bit more height and a little bit more width, so there's a bit more space for flow and for fish, and just to get a bit more creative when I go down the coral route. So I'm just waiting with another big large tub. I've got an 80 litre at the moment that's been cycling. I've had that up and going since September. So I put a lot of substrate in, all the rock work in, been adding beneficial bacteria for the last couple of months. It's got a heater and it's got a filter in it, so it's cycling that rock work. So the moment that I get this sort of a little bit more up and running, I'll shift all that rock work into here, all the filter media, everything, all the sponges. Yep, I know I said the word sponges, not coral sponges. These are filter sponges. I am going down the canister filter highway. I know I have heard it all before. I've got to have a sump, I've got to get a protein skimmer, I need to have a UV, I need to have auto doses, top up tanks. I'm just not ready for it, and I know that's a crazy thing to say when you're doing a reef tank, but I am going with what I'm comfortable with, what I understand, my knowledge set, and how to try and get this to the best place I can. With a canister filter, maybe a little bit tricky, but I want to try. I want to give it a go for my very first reef tank. I would like it to be a slightly positive experience that's not so overwhelming. Even though I've watched every YouTube channel for the last year or two, it sometimes gets a little bit too much to take on board all the things that you guys with those beautiful tanks have been doing. So I have done my research on canister filter tanks as well, and there are a lot of you guys out there doing canister filters so well, and I can only admire your tanks from back here in Australia. It just seems like something that's more manageable for me, and I feel like I might have a little bit more of a better experience to begin with as I'm learning, and as I gain a better knowledge and understanding of all the parameters, the calcium reactors, every little trace element that goes in and out of this tank has to be monitored, and that's a lot of work. And I think for me the canister filter is going to be the best way for me getting it in and started. So I'm not someone that's just going to do something half-hearted. I really want to do it properly. So you'll go on my journey with me and we'll see if this can work. It may be a total fail, but I'm not here to fail. I'm here to do everything I can to get this beautiful, very simple tank right now. Looks like very basic. And it might need a bit of framing up again on this side, but the other side of the tank looks quite nice if you're looking at it through the window. So yeah, currently I've filled this up with water. It has got some Red Sea salt put in it. It's needing a bit of a top up because I just used the refractometer before and it came up saying that the salinity was at 25. I need to get it up another 10, so I need to get it up closer to 35. So I'm just going to pop some more salt in because I'm getting a bit impatient. This has been going for a few months with me cycling my rockware in the 80-litre tub. I've been really patient buying things bit by bit and adding beneficial bacteria. This tank it's a matter of finding a tank that suited what I really wanted to do. And I have got my 25-litre fresh salt water in big tubs hanging around in this room that I can't show you right now. They've been bought from Nature Pets, and they, I believe all their water comes from Port Phillip Bay and here in Victoria, which is Australia, down in the south. So my salt water has been going in my other little tanks that I've been using to try and cycle some media and everything through, and that's been going really well. I've been expecting that brown stage, but it hasn't popped up yet. I don't know if it's because there's no real light on it. I've got lids on the tubs, so there's no, but they're near a window, so it could potentially get the brown stage as soon as it goes in here and the light is on this tank. But so far so good, no brown stage. I have added copepods and they seem to be alive still, so they're my first introduction to trying to keep something alive in the salt water. It is tiny, I know, but when you spend $40 on a container of copepods in a little bottle, and it looks like there's only like 5 of them, but I know there's hundreds of little copepods in those bottles. They're in the filtered media now, and hopefully they're breeding up so that I can siphon them off and get them in here, and at least have the rockwork with some copepods attacking any of the algae stage we might get. So it's time to add some more red sea salt. It seems like a ridiculous amount of salt. I've already used nearly the entire bag for this water. I think this tank, I need to do a bit more measuring up, and some, I think it's close to 250 litres. Not sure what that is in gallons. I'm in Australia, we don't work off gallons here, but literage, yeah, I'll try and work out exactly how much, but obviously rock work, when it goes in, takes away. I don't have a sump to add the extra litres, so the filter is going to be filtering all of this, not a sump. So let's see how it goes. Just need to add some more. And just be mindful to not overdo it right now. I can top up the rest of the water level. Once I've got my substrate and my rocks in, I will top it up with the fresh salt water, and that way I can get it to the level I need. But until I've got the substrate and the rock in, and I've got the filter running, I don't want to go overboard with this. So this hopefully will get me possibly up to the 30 to 35. It's probably not even going to do it. I'm probably going to need to throw the whole thing in, which is quite a scary amount of salt, considering the bucket is meant to do, it's a 7 kilogram red sea salt bucket. I've probably only got 700 grams or something left of this. It's meant to have done, it says 206 to 176 litres, so it's quite a lot of litres of water, and this is already saying it's still not salty enough, and it's only got this much to go. So yeah, the salinity in here is just not up there just yet, not for anything living anyway, but totally fine while I'm still trying to get this little tank up and running. I think it's time to start putting together the filtration, which is my canister filter. So this is the filter I'm going with, my canister filter. It does 1,620 litres per hour, so it's quite a strong flow filter. It's got a pre-filter, so I can take out this and clean the pre-filter, it is also a heated unit, so I've got the in and outlets. This is going to be entirely filled with nearly all filter media, so bio balls, some of the other little sort of broken up rock I've got. This is going to be treated like a sump. This is going to have the filter media like the sponge filters or the sponge inside it, so I can take this out. It's brand new, so I've already taken everything apart, because so this actually will be filled with some sponges which are currently being cycled in with the rockwork and the beneficial bacteria, so I'll be able to pull those sponges out, give them a clean out and pop them back. So this is the pre-filter. It sits inside within the canister filter, so it's got a lid, so you can probably even look through and see if it's looking a little bit worse for wear. The heater does go into this zone here. I haven't put the heater in just yet, I'm just keeping it out of the way so it doesn't get bumped around. And then this will go over I think it goes over the top. I just have to get the heater in there first. So I'll be able to look into this and keep an eye on it, not let anything go off the Richter charts or whatever you want to call it. So I'll be able to keep a firm eye on what is happening in the canister filter, and I am quite used to using my Fluval canister filter in all my other tanks. So unfortunately Fluval just did not have a heated option, and I was trying to keep as little stuff in here to visually see, so having the heater in here is going to be a bonus. This is going to sit to the side of the tank a little bit out of the way, so it's not too on site. I won't have to look at it too. It's not going to be anything too visual for my tank because it gets set to the side. I have got a little skimmer here that will be able to take out some of the murky water and the film that might be on the top of the flow up here on the top of the tank, so that can sort of help get rid of that for me. But from what I can see, it's going to be, you've got all your different sections of the tanks, so of the filtration area. So each one I'm putting bio balls and filter media outside of sponges. I might have one set up as a sponge and then the rest is going to be all media. So, and this one's going to have majority of the sponge and the pre-filter. So I'm quite excited to get this up and running. I've never had this type of canister filter before. So the hope is that having this size, so it's going to do up to 400 litre aquarium, and this is definitely, I don't believe it's even close to 300, but maybe it might be touching on 350. I just wanted to go a bit higher in the canister filter rather than getting one that's suitable for the tank and then not coping with the flow and the type of, waste that's going to go through it. So yeah, so 12.5 litres for the canister, 1.4 litres for the pre-filter, and it's going to push out 1620 litres per hour, so better than nothing. So time to set up this canister filter. Excuse me. I'm just getting over having the flu. There's been a lot of it going around. Oh, sorry, getting around in Melbourne. So I don't know. This might just be a little adventurous trying to get it. It's quite cold here at the moment. It's November and it's meant to be hot all the time, and it is freezing. Having to wear jumpers and jackets, and it's been raining on and off for the last couple of months, so this tube is not warm, so it may need to go in some warm water or hot water just to help soften it. I don't want to put too much pressure on this. So my Fluval was a lot easier. It's like a more of a flexible black pipe. These are quite rigid, so they're not as easy to attach as what my fluval was, but I'm not going to give this guy a hard time. It's going to do a totally different job to what my other canister filters are doing. The last thing I need is for this to shoot off when I've got a running tank and have water go everywhere. So it feels like it's going on. It looks like it's gone on. Sorry, I'm very noisy here. Got things falling off everywhere. Okay, might just have got the first pipe in. They're very long, so obviously this is, I'm going to have to try and measure up the area that this is going. I want it down to the left where there's a power point very close by. I know I've got to get quite a bit of height, so this might be, I'm going to leave the more the length out until it's fully in place and I've worked out where it's sitting. Let's give this one a try. I've been trying to stretch them out for like the last week because they were all wrapped inside a box, so they were quite curled up. Twisting it seems to do the job. I've got pretty weak right wrist. I dislocated it a couple of years ago. Okay, I feel like that is nothing makes someone more nervous than using something for the very first time and hoping it all goes to plan. So I'm quite tight now. Obviously, I can tighten it more as I go on. Oh yeah, these are just, oh that's good. I thought these were stuck in place, but they seem to be able to adjust, I hope. They're moving, so I think they're adjustable to turn into the position that suits your tank best. Might just leave that tube in place. I've lost some suction caps, but so this is the, I always call this well, it's the outlet, isn't it? So it's sucking the water out. I think it's an outlet. So this is like the little skimmer that will come and go up and down. It's got a little valve to allow more flow, I'm guessing. Adjusters on the tank. I might end up going down getting the glass inlet and outlet pipes because I really don't like the colour, but so far this is my first tank. I've got to go easy on the idea that this is me trying something for the very first time. Maybe getting the glass outlets down the track will be something I want to do because I would rather not look at all this black plastic attached to my tank, but it's so well set up that how am I going to get anything better than that when it comes to glass? It's just the glass is more aesthetically pleasing, but this is doing the job that it is designed to do, so I can't give it a hard time right now about that. If I don't like it down the track, I will change it out for glass. This one's not going to go on quite as, oh yeah, twist. And if today was meant to be a warm day, this would have already softened in the sun, but I haven't had a warm day in a long time here in Melbourne, so I think we had 30-degree day a couple of weeks ago, and that was about it. I hopped in the pool that day. That was good. Now I just need to get back into my snorkeling once this weather gets a bit warmer. Right, so Probably not the prettiest thing to be filming right now. There's a good chance that I'm going to have to cut this down and start again, but I just want to get an idea of what sort of length I'm dealing with when I put this back on the tank. And obviously, as long as I don't break the plastic. All right, so one done. Red with red. I might just pop this to here for now. Hopefully that will stay in place. I put the Velcro and the little suction pads on these, so they're a bit stuck. So this is the other section. These are adjustable, so they can be cut smaller or larger. I've just left it at the longer length because I don't want to play around with it until I know how it looks when it's in the tank. Can move it around. These are adjustable, so you can move your flow around and turn the flow down or up. I think that's actually a really, it's quite a cool aspect of this filtration system, is that it's quite adjustable. So let's get going. I'm going to try and pop the next tube on. Try not to lose the filter off the stand. Oh, this one's a lot tighter. Oh, there's a lot of things to try and work around. Okay. I know a few people will be saying I should have warmed it up in some hot water. That's just a new thing to do. I think I'll cope with what I'm doing. I've been at work all day today too, so running this tank is going to be an after hours part of the experience. I don't have the pleasure of working full time running reef tanks, so can you imagine one day I might be able to do that. The aim of this game is to understand reefing, corals, fish, and hopefully get out into the real world of coral harvesting, coral farming. I'd love to be part of some of those big projects that are going out with coral harvesting. I know that Fiji have some amazing coral farms where they're fragging up coral and sort of working on little farms out in the actual ocean, trying to restore them, and that is my dream job. Couldn't be more happier. If I could have a dream job, and I don't really have a dream job, my dream is to travel and eat good food. Who else wants to be there doing that with me? So currently, if there was a dream job, I think me having my head underwater in warm water, somewhere tropical, somewhere that is in need of a lot of rehabilitation, I'd be there in a heartbeat. I've just got a little bit of a plan for the next couple of years before I can do that. I have teenagers that are needing to complete high school, and once they've done, I'm out. I'm hopping on a plane and I'm going somewhere warm where I can live out this dream. Since I've been little, I've been obsessed by the environment, by gardening, planting, rehabilitation of environmental areas, and my fish have been, I've refound the love of my fish in the last couple of years after a bit of a health issue. So I started saying I'm just going to do all the things that I've really wanted to do and continue to do them until I have my last breath. So the reefing is something I love doing with my snorkeling, but I've got to bring reefing to my own home until I can get that dream job. This is going to be the dream. Watching this develop and change. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Right. This is making me nervous. Alright, so looks like I've got that attached. May not be tight enough. Time will tell. So I really want to turn off the camera now because I have to read a bit more of the instructions to if this is going to be pre-filled or whether the filter is going to start suctioning back into the filter and then everything will kick start. My fluval's a bit like that. You set it up and you've got a pressure point on it that fills up and then the whole thing, once plugged in, kicks off. But this is new to me, so I'm not sure. Anyway, maybe I'll film it, maybe I won't. You might see this running in the next video without seeing what actually happened. Oh, I might film it. So I've connected all the piping together. This is the heater, that's the inbuilt heater that goes with this Bioscape Pro. It's going to be really gentle with popping the heater in. It's a glass heater. I've always used glass heaters in all my tanks. I've never had, I'm not going to even say it. I've always had a good experience with glass heaters, but I believe that the reefers use probably different heaters, so I'm not even sure what you guys are normally using, but I don't know any other ways. So this is a glass heater. I'm not going to turn the heater on for a bit. I just want to get the filter hopefully up and running. So I don't know if my tank's full enough at this stage. I'm going to see if I release, I should really read the instructions. I'm not very good at reading instructions. I read them and then I just do my own thing, but I'm a problem solver, so I put all the puzzles together and hope that I'm getting it right. But I think if I was to raise this little lever, possibly water flow might start coming in. No. This is interesting. I may have to fill it up with water. I think I should read the instructions. It always pays to read the instructions. Easy clean canister filter with pre-filter and heater by Bioscape Pro. Lots of instructions. Quiet and reliable, designed for efficient low noise operation, even better. Please read and follow the instructions. So I've basically taken out the chemical filtration, the rough filtration, I didn't like the look of that. Keeping the ceramic rings, the fine wool. Well, there is some cartridges in there that have things in it. I might just quickly have a look at that and take them out. I'm putting my bio balls and everything else in it instead of this carbon, and I'm gonna put that in later if I need it. So they're saying that it should be the bio, like those sort of little plastic bio balls. I'm using the, I'll show you later what I'm using. I'm going to be using these little guys, ceramic rings, then there's some sponges and things like that. They're already in my big tub that's got the filter media and all that stuff in it. I just have to work out how to get the water in the, turn off the power before servicing. Anyway, I'll save you the boring part. Okay, I think I believe I might have read the instructions and maybe this is the next stage. So it says put 200 mils of water, which is probably not 200 mils, but it's meant to prime the flow. And then I'm meant to press the start switch. I think that's 200. Might just put a bit more in. I think I'll put that back on, maybe to keep the pressure right. There is a switch down here, but I haven't plugged anything into the power. I'm a bit nervous to do that yet. So I had a bit of trouble at this stage, so I'm going to fast forward. The water does not go through the pipes at all. It suctions a tiny bit, gets air bubbles over and over and over again. So I basically cut back the tubes, I believe, and I will end up doing this the next day because I have to run kids around, make dinner, and still be the chauffeur for the kids' sports. So anyway, the next day I am going to show you more frustration.